Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You're here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. My name is KPZ, your host, an average player in World of Warships Legends, and you're watching a Slightly Above Average Ship Review right now. All right, we're here on Estuary in a Capture the Base match in a much maligned ship in World of Warships Legends. I have done my fair share of the maligning. Yes, we are in the American Tier 6 Premium Destroyer, The Sims. All right, why do I malign The Sims? Well, it's simple. You got the Kid at tier 6, that's the premium gunboat. You've got the Benham at tier 6, that's the best torpedo boat. So, what do you really need The Sims for? I actually think the way to fix this, talked about it in my Charles F. Hughes video. And I'll briefly interrupt. Estuary, capture the base, top tier. Here's a look at the teams. Is to move the Charles F. Hughes down one tier to tier 5, and to move the Kid up one tier to tier 7, and then left at tier 6, you'd have the Benham torpedo boat and the Sims, which is a gunboat. Now, they have the same amount of gun barrels. What makes the Sims a gunboat as opposed to the Charles F. Hughes or any other destroyer other than the Kid? Well, the Sims has a quicker reload than the Charles F. Hughes by about a second in my build, maybe a little bit more. And it also offers this choice of torpedoes. You get these long range torpedoes that do Benham-esque damage, about 8,500 damage, if I'm recalling correctly, or you get short range normal damage torpedoes, I guess, shorter range than the Charles F. Hughes. So there is that. There was the Benham, the Tech Tree Destroyer. That thing could really hurt me in the open water. So we smoked up. I did not want to get into a DPM fight with the Benham. Maybe I could have. There's a ship right here with me, but trusting your teammates is a shaky proposition in this game. All right, we reacquired the Venom here, as you can see, by moving back out of our smoke screen. We dodged his torpedoes. Off screen, we do get a torpedo strike on an enemy battleship. And the Benson is taken out by the Ismail, of which I'm very thankful. And as you can see, the Gneisenau, the ship I hit with my torpedo, it is flooding. So even though they're long-range torpedoes and they don't do a ton of damage, you can still accrue flooding damage, which we are doing right now. So originally, like many people, I had a low opinion of The Sims. Still, again, I don't think they need to cram 4 premiums into one tier. Um, you know, I don't expect them to admit their mistake. I don't expect them to move any ships to any other tiers, because that's what you do when you run a company that's doesn't listen to your customer base. I think everybody can agree they'd be much happier with a larger spread of premium destroyers instead of having 4 at tier 6 and 1 at tier 5, the Monahan. All right, so out of our smoke screen, we are continuing to engage the Gneisenau now. You can see this extremely quick reload. It may even be quicker than I quoted. Unfortunately, he gets burned down before my torpedoes even get there. So we'll just have to take that and move on. All right, so capture the base matches at this point. We killed the destroyer over here, or helped kill him. We helped kill this battleship. So now we're on to targets of opportunity for now. As you can see, our team has a 1-ship lead. This ship, the Warspite, appears to be very out of range, but I am going to move towards him, try to get him in range. And the other closest ship is that other battleship that's being pinged on the minimap. And this is my closest enemy, so that's the guy I'm kind of going for. Normandy, all right, bite my tongue, the Normandy's closer. So I think actually I'm going to switch from the Warspite to the Normandy, although my RDF indicator you can see there may be telling me the other destroyers out there as well with Warspite. So just something to keep an eye on. We are going to launch a nice staggered spread there at the Normandy and back up behind our own torpedoes. And there is the Warspite, who is sensed to move closer. But again, the RDF indicator has the closest ship, probably being the Normandy. Love the aiming bug. Yep, only 6 kilometers away or so. With this build, we have a concealment of 5.2. So I try to keep that in mind. Clearly, the Normandy isn't going to be hit by any of those torpedoes because he maneuvered too much. So speaking of maneuvering, we're going to slip between these rocks here, drop spot, and when we come out, the Warspite won't be able to see us because the ship that was spotting us was blocked, and that is the Normandy. However, I'm in kind of a conundrum here. I have gotten too close to the Warspite, and I risk being seen by the Normandy, and I'm kind of in a pickle right here. I got the Warspite, I got the Normandy, I got the Fuso, so they got me boxed in here. So I'm going to launch one set at the Fuso, and I'm going to launch my second set at the Warspite, and continue to use this island to shield myself from the Normandy. And we do have a smokescreen left. So at this point, I am going to use the smokescreen. Honestly, I'm going to use the smokescreen. All right, well, maybe I'm not going to use the smokescreen. And you can see that enemy destroyer was not over here. He is entering our cap right now. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on all these ships. Put up my smokescreen. Friendly Gnevi goes into the smokescreen. Still being shot at. Presumably still being spotted. He has torpedoes out on the Normandy. I believe one of my torpedoes hit the Warspite, and we're going to try to engage the Normandy and light him up because we're detected anyway, so it isn't going to matter if I shoot at him. And although we do some damage, he floods out, apparently. So we got the Fuso over here still. We got the Warspite. We got one other ship in Aoba. And they're all out of torpedo range. And as you can see, all of my teammates heard about the party that was going on over here, so they all decided to show up. So from the safety of our smoke screen, I am going to engage the Fuso here. And we do set him on fire, really luckily, because that was one of the few shells that hit him. And take a look at my RDF indicator. It's saying the destroyer is the closest ship to me. And my teammates are like, hey, guy in the smoke screen, there's a destroyer right next to you. And I'm just like, yep, I'm shooting this Fuso now. Don't hassle me. Don't hassle the Hoff. I'm shooting at a Fuso. And look, it worked. The destroyer went the other way. Actually got killed. Alright, so 3 ships left. We are just using our good guns with a quick reload to light up this Fuso with mixed results. Definitely don't have the shell grouping that I would like. Aoba still out of torpedo range, and I don't know where the Warspite. Is that the Warspite? I think it is the Warspite. So Warspite on the far right, Aoba crossing into the middle, Fuso on the left. So I'm just going to try to get some torpedoes on target at this point and move towards the enemy as the Aoba gets taken out. So I know what you're thinking right now. It's kind of the end of the match. Not very impressive. We have not yet begun to fight, ladies and gentlemen. The words of John Paul Jones. We have not yet begun to fight here in the Sims. A ship which still, in my opinion, you're better off getting the kid. If you have the kid and you want another American destroyer tier 6, get the Venom. You'll have a different flavor to work with, a true torpedo boat, the Venom. If you must have either this or the Charles F. Hughes, I would recommend this ship and run it with your gunboat commander. The Charles F. Hughes, I wouldn't recommend. In full disclosure, I received both the Sims and the Charles F. Hughes from the veritable orgy of Christmas crates, most of which were purchased to quote unquote gift to other people. I do not believe Wargaming actually gifted any of those crates to anybody. Just one guy's opinion, but I did finish in the top 15 of gift givers. So if you received a crate, just presume it was from me and hit that like button. You know, I'm a generous guy. All right, allegedly. Warspite got a torpedo or two moving in here. We do get one torpedo strike. And I think we got more torpedoes coming in. Two more torpedo strikes. I think he's doing a very unusual backing technique. So backing into the torpedoes. So we're going to send some more torpedoes this way. Because what's better than a ship who backs into torpedoes? Nothing. All right, we are working on 75,000, just past 75,000 damage as we come around the island here. And we got this Fuso, and we got one rack of torps left. Still keeping our eye on the Warspite. Probably shouldn't have wasted the torpedoes on him since he is dead. But in just a few moments, we got about 25k in damage. This Fuso looks pretty healthy. I don't know how much damage per se there is to get from the Fuso, but we're about to find out. So I'm going into his detectability purposefully. I do not want to miss. He is the last ship. I intend to kill him to burnish this turd that is known as the Sims. And look, it's not terrible. It's just why would you get the Sims when you could get the kid? You know, you wouldn't. If you're a completionist, if you love U.S. destroyers, and you have to have it, it's a very agile gunboat. I would run it with a gunboat commander. I prefer these long-range torpedoes. You're about to see what they can do on this hapless Fuso. There's the high caliber. There is the kill with a devastating strike. All right, we're here on the victory screen. High caliber medal, devastating strike medal, 114,897 total damage, 12, count them, 12 torpedo strikes from this gunboat. One kill, you saw it on the screen there, 560,000 plus silver, 8695 ship XP, 14905 commander XP. All right, here's the team results. We're at the top of the board with 2070 in the Sims. You know, balanced team effort. I don't know how to explain otherwise why that XP is so low. But I think this is a really good game for The Sims with its limitations. Um, but again, I wouldn't get this unless you have a real need to get it. The Kid is just a better gunboat, hands down, no question. All right, looking at the upgrades, we got the aiming system mod 1, propulsion mod 2, and concealment system mod 1. None of that is a secret. And we are running the Bliss Levitt Mark 7 mod 2 Bravo torpedoes. As you can see, very similar to the Venom's torpedoes. You take them off, you do a bunch more damage, and your torpedoes go faster, but you lose range, you lose detectability, and you add to your reload time. And so for me, I prefer the Bliss Levitt torpedoes. I played without them. I put them back on for a reason. So I would rather use them as a screening tool for caps. All right, loadout, standard US, two smokes, two engine boosts. We ran every single epic booster flag and the common battle booster for speed. Got that Type 9 permanent camo and the Memorial Day flag. I believe the Sims was destroyed somehow. All right, 13,800 hit points with our build. Got those four 127mm guns, 10.8 kilometer firing range, reload in 2.9 seconds, 5.3 second turn time, 1,800 HE shell damage, 5% fire chance. AP shells do 2,100 damage. So faster reload than the Charles F. Hughes. And so that's why I treat this ship as a gunboat. Torpedo launchers are two quad launchers. reload every 72 seconds, max damage 8,500. Pretty sure that matches the Venom. 9.2 kilometer range at 49 knots. Detectability 1,000 meters. AA defense, you can see your main battery is dual purpose and does count as AA. Let's say this number is fair, not great, not, just under good. Maneuverability, this is one place where the Sims shines. 39.7 knots with that speed boost flag, 500-meter turning circle, and a 3-second rudder shift dive. And there's our concealment, 5.2 in the surface, 3.1 from the air, 2.6 when firing in smoke. All right, let's take a look at our commander, Vincent Mordoff. I'm not a cartoon commander guy, but um, I, you can put this no-fly zone on here. You only gain 4 points of AA defense, and you lose 3/10 of a second rudder shift time. To me, that's not worth the trade-off when you get a much better reload and better torpedo detectability. That's why I recommend Observant Rage. There's the rest of the build. Um, you know, and it does make a difference with Waste Not. You get a quicker reload, and I recommend this layout that I have here on the screen. You don't need twist and track because the turret traverse of the U.S. destroyer is so fast. 1,000 cuts is very tempting, but I like having the RDF indicator for a gunboat, and make no mistake, the Sims is a gunboat. Really like sheltered arms for this commander in the fourth row, prevents your main battery and your torp launchers from being knocked out. And of course, we got Unstoppable on there. How can you not choose that? So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Sims again. It wouldn't be my top choice. It wouldn't be my second choice. It's my third choice among the U.S. premium destroyers at Tier 6. Um, you know, uh, like I've said, the Kid is just a better gunboat. The Benham's a better torpedo boat. It is what it is, but at least it's better than the Charles F. Hughes. Enjoyed the video? Hit that like button. I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much.